Is this on, or we just?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. Obviously, we just got a great pitching performance from Scott. Thought we came out and played with a lot more energy than we did the other day, and it's late.
Scott, could you take us through your game, how you felt out there, what was working tonight?
Really just throwing strikes, let my defense work. Mike made a few great plays. Cav made a few more. You know, it's kind of been what I'm about since I got into Oregon State, and the last 4 years haven't really changed much. So just felt good. The crowd was really into it. Really helped me with my adrenaline throughout the game, I guess. 98 pitches should be ready to go for tomorrow.
Coach, what went into the embrace with Scott at the end of the game?
Just happy for him. I mean, this guy's been here 4 years, came back, you know, and for us to ask our closer to go out and pitch as many innings as he can, and he goes 9 and shuts out a team that destroyed us the other night. It's pretty impressive. So I just, you know, it's not easy when you see guys come and they go. You know, they're kind of like one day you want to knock them in the head, and the next day you want to love them. So I don't know. It was just a good moment for us.
Mike, to go back to the game earlier this afternoon when you broke out of the slump, got that hit, and you kind of pumped the crowd up. Coach and Ben were asked about that moment earlier. Just what went into your mind when that happened? Because that seemed to just, you know, completely lift this team offensively for the rest of the day.
It just, I guess it was a little bit of a sigh of relief for me. And I didn't even realize really, you know, I was pumping up the crowd. I was looking over at the dugout, and everybody was smiling and laughing at me. And so I saw Cavan, he had his arms up, and so I just put my arms up, and, you know, the crowd, you know, responded. And, you know, really, when the crowd responds like that, you know, it really inspires us, and it gets us going. And so today it was Beaver Nation that really got the team going for us. They were incredible today.
Scott, did you think you could go with that? I mean, you're closer. Did you think you could throw 98 pitches?
Absolutely. I mean, I started beginning of the year, was able to extend a few times going into later innings. So, I mean, we condition our arms to be in the best shape possible going into postseason. I mean, really no doubt in my mind I could give them a few solid innings. To go 9 is never really look forward to that, but I mean, it's great to give the bullpen a little bit of relief today.
Coach, in a tournament like this where pitching is at a premium and you got to go through extra games, how huge is it to have a fourth guy give you a complete game?
Yeah, it was real good, and you know, it kept us from possibly having to throw somebody that we want to start tomorrow in relief, because, you know, when you lose the game and they're, you know, they have the advantage. You know, it's our 4th game, their 3rd game, so you know, it's big, obviously.
Have you decided yet what you're going to do tomorrow?
Well, I'm going to go back and sit over there in the office with the coaching staff and talk about it. You know, we got a couple guys that obviously could throw. Dylan Davis could throw. Jake Thompson could throw. The way Hendrix hits, maybe he could throw. You know, it's pretty impressive watching a guy, you know, grow up right before our eyes. You know, played baseball right out here, and I saw him as this high and just lifted us today, man. Got on base every time, and pretty impressive.
Michael, do you feel like you have your rhythm back at the plate?
Yeah, you know, I feel good, and I, you know, I've kept saying that, you know, I've seen the ball well, and you know, I felt good at the plate, and maybe I was getting a little bit jumpy, but you know, I definitely feel good, and I'd say for sure, you know, I feel in rhythm, and you know, like I said before, I mean, with the fans that we have and the way the team was today, the energy and everything, you know, it inspires us, and so personally I feed off of it. I know these guys do too, and you know, that's why we came to play today.
Jeff, can you talk a little bit about your day and it was really to see that the Beavers were able to show up there this afternoon and tonight?
Yeah, I mean, just from the get-go, today it felt so much different than the other day. You could just feel the energy in the crowd and the energy in our dugout. And yeah, it's a lot of fun out there today.
Michael, you've been here a while. Can you kind of maybe put into perspective what Scott did today and kind of what you think about what he did tonight for you guys?
I mean, we've seen it before out of Scott. He's done this, I don't know, 4 or 5 times for us. He's battled, and he's been our guy that we go to when we need a clutch performance. We saw it in LSU, saw it in Seattle last year. There was another time this year. You know, it was awesome to see him go out there, compete. He was just absolutely fierce. You know, and like Coach said, against a team that put up 14 runs up against us and quite a few hits. And you know, it's crazy how an attitude will change that. You know, not only with us but in the stadium and the guy on the mound, and you know, just overall, it was just that attitude today.
Jeff and Michael, how different does this offense feel tonight than it did maybe just 24 hours ago?
I would say it feels night and day different. I don't mean, just once again, from the get-go, the fans were behind us, and we were believing in ourselves today, and it ended up being really good for us.
You got a couple key defensive plays. Mike throws a guy on the plate, gets the diving catch. Calvin had 2 plays, I think, in the same inning that were really good. How much of a lift did that give you guys going forward?
You know, all that's good, yeah. Mike, I knew Mike was going to throw him out. I saw him closing, and I could see him looking at the guy. I knew he was going to throw him out. I just did. And so, you know, anything that happens, it kind of gets you going a little bit. You know, we challenge these guys all the time. You know, the other day I was disappointed in our competitiveness, you know, so I quietly asked them if they could change that, and I went home and washed my mouth out with soap, and they did a great job. I mean, I just think, like Mike said, the word attitude, you know, I just think the attitude, and Jeffrey said it too, of how we approach what we're going to do. And it does not guarantee you're going to win a game. There's no question about it, but it absolutely gives you an opportunity to do that. And, you know, I think all those little things, the defense, you know, just moving a runner and some things like that. You know, obviously Petey's playing on a, you know, bad foot, and he's doing everything he can. He inspires us. I thought it was good to get him back in the lineup. So all those things are important.
You keep saying the other day. I mean, that was less than 24 hours.
I know. You know, that's what happens. You guys keep me up all night. Look at, you know.
KEZI, how do you feel about your chances tomorrow night?
What kind of question is that? What do you mean, what do I think of my chances? What do you think our chances are?
I think they're all right.
All right, then I'll go with your answer.
Yeah, to get to Omaha, you need some special performances. Where would you rank what Scott did tonight?
Well, I mean, you know, gosh darn it, I mean, you shut somebody out, and not only you shut him out and win the game, you keep us out of the bullpen. You know, you keep us from throwing arms that we may have to use tomorrow that we couldn't use, that we might have had to use today. We would have went to Thompson if we had to, and he may start tomorrow. We would have went to Dylan Davis. So, I mean, it was huge. And, you know, there's so many things that happen, whether you win a league championship and you can go back and look at somebody making a great play or getting a big hit, or, you know, and this is just one of those things that, you know, obviously at this point in time, as big as it gets.
Jeff, Michael talked about the moment of his kind of slump-busting single, and everyone was going crazy. From your perspective, being out there, what did that do to the team?
Yeah, I mean, just from the get-go, when we saw that, it was pretty funny to see how the fans reacted to that, and it just gave us so much energy. It just felt kind of like a burden was kind of lifted off us, and after that, we started scoring runs, and it was good from there.
Michael, how big was it for you guys to get that run in the first game and double off the wall there?
Yeah, it's huge to, you know, set a tone, and you know, I think it was there from the very beginning of the game. You know, just the way, like I said before, I mean, the way everything came out, the way we came out, the way the fans came out. You know, it was definitely there, and so, you know, that run was huge for us, and I think it, you know, maybe it relaxed us, maybe, you know, it put our minds at ease, but you know, we didn't sit on that, and you know, we kept working and kept putting good swings on the ball, and everybody had good at bats, and you know, so that's where, you know, those runs come from.
Scott, do you feel like momentum for tomorrow night can you carry some of this over?
Sure hope so, yeah, I do. You know, obviously, you know, it's winner take all, so, you know, we came out with a lot of energy today, and I'm sure that we'll sustain that, and we'll see.
Scott, you generated a ton of fly ball outs. Was there anything in particular you were doing to have them under the ball that in on that?
Mixing speeds, I guess. Slider was good today. Changeup was good today. Threw them both for strikes, and then was able to finish with my fastball for the most part. Just pitched to contact. I mean, nine players against one batter, so however they get out doesn't really matter to me.
And was there anything from last night's game, from their offensive performance, that you took away into this one?
No, I feel like Yeski may have changed a little bit, but I think the game plan was still the same. You know, go out there, compete your nuts off, and throw some strikes.